Hey there, ladies and gents, and welcome to the video. So, huge news going on in Hollywood. It looks like Warner Discovery and Paramount are in talks to merge their two studios together. So if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming a subscriber today so you can stay up to date with all the movie news we have going on around here. But guys, let's jump in and have a chat about what's going on with these two studios and a possible merger in the near future. So, Warner Bros. Discovery includes properties such as CNN, HBO, Game of Thrones, Batman, Superman, Justice League, DC films, TV, gaming, and comic book universes, and lots more. Whereas Paramount Global, the parent company of Paramount Pictures, owns Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, Showtime, Transformers, Star Trek, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mission Impossible, Top Gun, and many others. So guys, think of this in the future: Batman and Optimus Prime, or the Justice League and the Autobots and Decepticons from Transformers could all be under one parent company. So you could potentially have a movie where Batman and the Justice League are fighting Optimus Prime and the Autobots, or teaming up together. I mean, they would all be under the same studio. They would all have the rights to, all of the characters, and that could be a fun thing that could happen in the future. I very much doubt it, but it conjures up images of, what could be, and it's a fun idea, even if it would never happen. But let's go on and keep reading. So, considering combining their assets across TV, film, sports, and streaming. So, Variety confirms. Variety is one of the big movie trades, guys. So, most of the time when they're giving news, you can take it to the bank that it's going to be true. So, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav met with Paramount Global CEO Bob Bakish on Tuesday in New York to discuss a possible merger, sources said. Zaslav has also spoken to Shari Redstone, whose National Amusements Inc. owns a controlling stake in Paramount Global, about a potential combination of the companies. Axis first reported on talks of the merger and added that Warner Bros. Discovery has hired bankers to explore the deal. The site also adds that the talks are in very early stages and doesn't guarantee it's happening. Warner Bros. Discovery is valued at around $29 billion, with Paramount at $10 billion. I'm assuming in order for their companies to merge, the government would probably have to do some sort of, analytics on, the legalities around the companies merging. They do it often to stop, monopolies forming in different industries, whether it would be, Hollywood, or whether it would be any kind of other industry. When massive companies merge together, there's a lot of legal stuff, and sometimes the government get involved to make sure everything's fair, to make sure no monopolies are forming, and all that kind of stuff, guys. So there's a lot of legal loopholes and a lot of legal kind of jargon and stuff that they have to go through before they can get the companies merged together. So we're a long way off yet. This is kind of just the initial news, so let's not take it to the bank just yet that this is a foregone conclusion of these two studios forming together. So recently also saw the news that Saudis backed an $800 billion. That kind of money is just incomprehensible. $800 billion investment fund are eyeing the purchase of Paramount. Yeah, I saw this story the other day, guys. I was going to report on it, but I decided to go for another video instead for some reason. But yeah, Saudis could potentially be buying Paramount. That's another rumor that's going around. $800 billion investment fund. The Saudis, they have more money than they know what to do with. They've got billions and billions, possibly trillions at their disposal, and they could probably buy any studio in Hollywood if they wanted to. So we'll have to see where that goes. We'll have to keep our eye on it, that they could potentially end up buying Paramount, and it could be owned by the Saudis in the near future. So, no specific details are given about the merger, but as noted, Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount are obviously considering combining their assets across TV, film, sports, and streaming to enhance their scale and streamline operations. The focus of merging would be to combine their Max and Paramount Plus streaming services, aiming to strengthen their competitive edge and better compete against major players such as Netflix, Disney, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Yeah, I mean, the streaming wars are heating up. They're still in their infancy at the moment. I mean, at the moment, there's a lot of things going around where different streaming services are trying to combine packages. So, for example, if you wanted to subscribe to Disney Plus, you could get Disney Plus, you could get Hulu, you could get ESPN, you could get, different streaming services are trying to bundle themselves together now so that, the audience gets more value for their money, and it stops people from, hopping from streaming service to streaming service as well. If they've got a package deal with 2 or 3 different streaming services, they're more likely to stay, as a paying subscriber longer, rather than having one streaming service, watching a show they like, finishing, and then jumping to another streaming service. So there's a lot of package deals, there's a lot of competitiveness going on, and, streaming studios merging together. It's just another, thing to get an advantage over the competition. It's a very smart move as well. So in addition to streaming, the TV side of things would combine Warner Discovery's popular cable TV lineup, which includes HBO, TNT, TBS, Discovery Channel, Cartoon Network, Food Network, HDTV, TLC, and others. Paramount TV networks include CBS, Comedy Central, I love Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, I spent half of my childhood watching Nickelodeon, but they kind of fell off the wagon, and BET, I have no idea what that is. I've also been told that Zaslav is hoping to sell Warner Bros. Discovery and will end up with the company getting split into parts, that Zaslav hopes to retain control of Discovery. So they want to sell off Warner Bros. Basically and keep hold of Discovery. In Variety report, it's mentioned that Shari Redstone also wants to sell her Paramount shares with Skydance Media interested. And there is speculation that a buyer of Redstone's NAI stake would be interested in carving up Paramount Global into pieces, separating the studio's group from the legacy TV business. So there's a lot of talk about, combining these movie studios, and kind of like, as well, like selling different parts off, separating the business parts from TV to movies to streaming, all this kind of stuff, separating off different stakes and different shares and selling off different things. It's more complicated than I can go into myself, guys. I don't know much legal stuff when it comes to this kind of stuff. I've never sold a movie studio before, so I do apologize. So what about DC? Regarding what happens to DC, and James Gunn just came on board to develop the DCU and Superman Legacy, I was told if Warner Bros. Discovery did get sold to Universal, Universal would probably continue with the Gunverse. I mean, if you bought, if Universal bought Warner Brothers, and they had James Gunn on board with the whole DC reboot, I mean, why would you get rid of it? I mean, because it's going to do you a favor, isn't it? It's going to bring in loads of money. It's already in place. The structure's already there. So why would you go and reboot the DC again when James Gunn is already there? He's already working. He's already got it up and running. It's already established. You would just keep it in place. That makes most, financial sense. We can guess and hope the same would apply if Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount merge. Yeah, I'm sure James Gunn will be kept in place. I mean, why not? He's the best man for the job by the look of it. So guys, that's kind of just a small video just talking about what's going on with the two studios. There's talks in place that they're going to merge the two companies, although it's not a foregone conclusion. As I say, guys, when it comes to this kind of thing of merging two massive Hollywood studios, there's a lot of legal jargon that they have to get through. The government are probably going to want to intervene and kind of make sure that it's not forming a monopoly. And, there's a lot of different shareholders and stakeholders who want to sell off certain parts of the companies. And it's kind of a mess, guys. Unless you're really into legal stuff when it comes to this, then it can be a little bit tricky to understand. But as for now, there's been talks about the studios merging together. And it's not a foregone conclusion. As I say, we'll have to keep our eyes on it and see what happens going into the near future. But it would definitely be exciting. As I say, with this picture here, you could see Batman possibly teaming up with Optimus Prime because they would be owned by the same parent company, which would be kind of fun. But I doubt that would ever happen. But we can always dream as movie fans. But yeah, there we go, guys. So jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Do you hope that the companies merge together, or would you prefer them to be separate? Let me know what you think about this news, guys. Do you find it kind of interesting that we could potentially see the DC universe and maybe Star Trek, or maybe, Transformers? They could be in the same movie universe, which would be crazy, but really cool as well. Let me know what you think, guys. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, comments, and opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.